Yo ninjas and Kaio, welcome to the top mill tutorial. To learn this move, make sure you can do a decent windmill and some back rocks. I already made few windmill tutorials and back rock tutorials, so check them out, link in the description. If you will need more help for your power moves or your breaking in general, check out my Patreon, also link in the description. And here on my Patreon you can also find exclusive tutorials that I don't publish here on YouTube. And if you're interested, check out my merch, also link in the description. Let's start! The first step to learn this move is to be able to do a jump over, jump back in the back rocks position. So right now I'm gonna spin clockwise, I'm gonna teach the top mill clockwise, so we are only gonna turn towards the left side. You wanna start with your foot flat on the floor, head on the floor and hips up. So not like this, but hips up. From here you can do a little hop to bounce a little bit. Just do some bounces like this. When you are ready, try to jump with the right leg over the left one. So like this. And at the same time, you're gonna end up in kind of like a shoulder freeze position. So on your shoulder, like this, with this foot on the floor, and this hand, the right hand, also on the floor. Like this. Second step to learn the top mill. From here, try to go to a turtle freeze. From here, jump over and then move your head towards the other side and lean on the right step freeze or turtle freeze. Like this. Jump over and turn. One more from this side now. When you learn it, try to do it a little bit faster and smoother. So don't stop on the shoulder freeze position, but try directly to go to the side freeze or to the turtle freeze, as you prefer. You can still put one foot on the floor for the moment. So it should look kind of like this. So you should really turn your head like this very quickly, because when you are on the left shoulder freeze, your head is watching this direction, but when you wanna turn towards the turtle or side freeze, you wanna turn your head. If you don't turn your head, you will get stuck, because you will stay like this, and it will be very hard. Instead, from here, turn your head very fast. At the same time, when you turn your head, this arm, the left arm, should move like this. Look at my left arm. From here, I turn my head and I move my arm. If it's hard, just try this little exercise a few times. Shoulder freeze like this, feet on the floor, and just turn to the turtle freeze with the feet always on the floor. Like this. Again, like this. Just try this exercise. When you master this exercise, try from the back rock again, and then try only with one foot on the floor and one foot in the air. Next step is doing exactly the same thing, but with our legs both in the air. So at first you can practice very slowly. From here, you want to go to the shoulder freeze on the left shoulder, like this, but with your feet in the air. And from here, turn and go to the stop freeze. So you should turn your head from here and lean on the turtle freeze or side freeze. From the shoulder freeze, you should turn your head, and at the same time, when you turn your head in this direction, you should move this arm like this and go to the stop freeze. Turn. Once you master it slowly, try it a little bit faster and smoother. Now, from the turtle freeze or the side freeze, you should go back to your back. When you want to push yourself from here to your back, you should immediately lean the right foot on the floor, flat. Not like this, not like this, not on the side like this, not on the other side like this, but straight. Your foot should be straight. Many times I see people that they are doing the top mill, but their foot, the leg that touches the floor, is kind of like this or like this, the form is very bad. If you want to make the form good, the foot should be straight, like this. And also another very important thing is the timing. When you push yourself from the freeze to the back, you should touch at the same time with your foot and with your back on the floor. It's not like back and then foot, but it's at the same time, like this. Immediately from here, this foot should go on the floor. Push like this. Once you master it, from here you can do the previous step, so you can start again. From here you can turn yourself to the turtle freeze like this, and then throw and repeat the same movement over and over again. Do it slowly and practice with the freeze, with the turtle freeze or the side freeze if you want. Practice like that first, and when it becomes better, faster and smoother, you can start doing it with your hands in a circle by not using your hands on the floor. If you learn it smoothly by using the freeze, then it should be very easy for you doing it without using your hands, so just doing this with your arms. If you can do a barrel windmill or a munch mill, it will help very much for this move. If you cannot do a barrel windmill or a munch mill, baby mill, this move is gonna be a little bit harder, but you can still learn it without using your hands. Just focus on pushing your arms in this way. Don't relax your arms like this, but use them to push. To learn it without using your hands, you can also add one more step. After you learn it with the freeze, instead of using the freeze, use your hands in this way. Every time you are on your head like this, don't stay in a freeze position, but try to stay here. Kinda like in a headstand position, like this, on your head, but a little bit lower, a little bit more diagonal. If you want, you can even try to use the headstand instead. So really go up at each round. It's gonna be harder because you have to push up every time, but it's gonna be a very good exercise if you wanna try it. If you learn it in this way by using the headstand instead of the side freeze or the turtle freeze, it will be very easy to learn the no-handed one. This is a very popular move, so try to not overuse it because many people use it already, so it's a little bit boring in my opinion, and many people cannot do it properly. They land with their foot or their knee, their leg a little bit weirdly, like this. Something that I see very often is the air flare 1.5 landing to the top mill, but the landing part is very ugly because they land very heavily, like this, for example, or like this. They are not straight, they are not like this with the hips up. It's just my opinion, feel free to do whatever you want. And if you need more help for your power moves or your breaking, check out my Patreon, link in the description. And also, if you're interested, check out my merch, also link in the description. See you next time with a new tutorial. Yo ninjas!